do it. Doesn't even feel right.
Mic on while recording. Why is it even an option that I can turn that off? Okay.
If anyone has shit they want to sell, dump it in the party sheet. I'm gonna empty the bag of holding.
I don't
stuff to sell.
think I take anything of
Ooh, that
value
is a
ever.
good thing to...
Oh.
I have a plate.
So speaking of which, that ring of mind shielding is still in there. So
Yeah.
are the glasses.
I think I'd take the glasses.
I've
Unless
already
someone
got
else
some
really wants them.
glasses. Dark sunglasses.
I do not have those. But I can't attune. I gave up the ring of mind shielding because I was thinking about taking the glasses instead, but they're both attunement. And I cannot attune both, which means there's a ring of mind shielding if anyone wants it.
It's also fish tackle. I mean,
Hey, you still drop stuff in the party sheet.
come on. That's a whole 1 gold piece.
I know. I took that fishing tackle. It's never come in handy.
Well, we're not getting rid of it. I'm putting it in the bag of holding.
All right.
All right.
Selling that shit. We might need it.
Fishing tackle.
Wow.
Why haven't we gone fishing yet, guys?
That's
I thought we
always
were
been on the
friends.
table.
Look, we just had 2 days in the city of the
I was
elves where
holding
you
that
guys
one
could
close
have
to the
fished.
best, just in case.
Eric totally could have fished during those 2 days
in
of
the
downtime.
gardens. Yeah, I bet there were fancy fish there.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Lost
Too
your
late.
chance.
too late. Too late.
Long coat.
Speaking of which, when last we met our heroes, they had just saved Queen Twilina and what little elves still remained. The queen spoke of some connections between her and her sister and Puss, and was able to kind of whisk the party away to Puss. But before going, received kind of a warning from Harm to kind of stay under the radar, to which Barrett kind of looked at Calliope.
What
I don't think he just looked at her. I'm pretty sure it actually said her name.
Yeah, it totally
Pretty
did.
blatant.
Calliope.
Why do I have this?
What is
this?
What is it?
Tree of Life. Edda, the Tree of Life.
Those
Oh,
are
you-
necklaces.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
necklace, man.
Did you fall asleep at the end too? I fell asleep at
Oh,
the
I
end.
think I did. I'm sorry.
We got a
I mean,
gift.
yeah, the Queen Twilina, after being very thankful that you saved her life, gave everyone in the party an amulet of the Tree of Life, which is either can be used to ignore natural ones, essentially, when rolling a death save, or you can use it as a Spider-Man, everybody gets 1, and come back to 50% life.
Oh, neat.
And burn the amulet. It does not cost attuning, it just has to be on your person. So, having then teleported to, having spent several days in the Elven City, or what's left of it, the party then teleported to Puss, to where we ended with Chancellor Nororis running over to Valoran and giving her a big hug. Nororis.
Well, yeah, I don't remember any of that. I must have fell asleep.
Yeah, so we find the party just in a circular room, high arched windows look out to the city of Puss. Just simply judging by the height of the actual windows, you can tell you're could possibly be in a tower or higher up in the castle. And again, Chancellor Norris kind of ran over, gave a big hug, and you hear a broken thank you escape her lips as she's hugging Valoran.
Valoran kind of like giggles awkwardly and just sort of like half hugs her back.
It's pretty deep. She's still pretty touched. Yeah, she steps back now. You can tell tears are streaming down her face, but she's just overjoyed. She says,
I hide my blushing.
"Oh, nice." She couldn't even tell. He looks so stoic.
Yeah, she recovers quickly. I've decided that Valoran has a crush on Nororis from the beginning.
I mean, can you blame her?
I just want to do yoga with her someday.
Oh yeah.
So she says, so much has happened. And she's kind of wiping away tears since you left. I mean, it's only been roughly 5 days, I believe. But I received the message from Twilina. We only spoke briefly, but she stated that a party of 6 had rescued her, and I knew. I mean, I truly knew you were those of legend. I mean, you have to be. I know it. I mean, I had my doubts, but now, and the tears are still kind of streaming, from her eyes. And even though, just from her stories and her onward appearance, that she is quite old, even for elves. But there's almost a youth now in her appearance.
Nice.
And she says there's some news that I can share, and some aid that I can give. First, Twilina told me that you must get to above Porvy. Not many travel that north. I mean, as I know from your travels and what you've told me, that you've seen the mountains. It's rather difficult traveling. I know little of Porvy. I once traveled there in my youth. It's one of the last cities before the elven lands of Bosonia. There was much training between that country and ours, but no more. Not after the plague started. Many elves find their way to Pazubia from Sindarin by coming through that great channel and river through the port cities of Borsunia. I myself once traveled there. There's similar teleportations among all the great cities, one like this that you stand on now. Many great leaders once used them to travel in good times, but ever since the plague, many have become secluded and locked themselves away. But the travel still works. As per someone in the city, I don't know who I could send you to or trust. The last I spoke of the River Lord Norcus. He was not the most polite man. The only other option I could get by helping you travel faster north would be to an old friend of mine who lives just south of Porvy, in the town Napsa. His name is Zeno, sorry. I know my friend's name. He was among... There's a bladed circle.
Is he perhaps a toy soldier?
Yes.
With a blaster?
He was among us when we left Sindarin many years ago. So I would trust him. So, and of course, you could always travel by horse if you wish. I've talked to Mendor. What an interesting man. But I've told him ever since that you left that to have the keep ready and the horses ready if the need arose. So how could I be of assistance to you?
So, the options, I'm just making sure I got this right. Options she's giving us so far off the top of her dome are the River Lord Norcus from...
Porvy.
From what?
Porvy.
From Porvy.
Yep.
There
He
was
runs
Zeno
Porvy.
from Napsa, who's
Yep.
her friend. She said the Riverlord guy's kind of a dick.
I'm cool with dicks.
All right.
And the Zeno is from Napsa. Okay.
Napsa.
Yeah, he lives
And-
lives outside of Napsa.
And they have teleportation circles in both of those.
Yes. Asking her, she tells you that the one in Porvy is more of the the actual central. It's part of the keep. The one in Napsa is his personal teleportation. Being good friends and allies of years, they kind of stayed connected.
And she was saying that Porvy is used sort of like as the last stop between Pazubia and
The Beyond.
Yes, it's kind of where the river flows into.
Yeah.
From just the books and just learning that there is a river that flows from the country Bosunia, and then it flows into this one and kind of ends in Napsa.
Gotcha. That sounds like two really, really great leads. Thank you, Chancellor.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, I tried not to show it, but I was quite flabbergasted that you all are real. I've heard reports of evils and things, but the fact that this is really true is just amazing. So I do have a secret. It was perhaps a child's dream that you would truly save my sister, but nonetheless, I went to your keep and I met Munder, and I went with some mages of mine, and well, we've made you a bit of a present. And she's gonna hold out her hand with 3 keys. One that she gives to Korak, but the other 2 are up to you guys.
Calliope sticks her hand out for one.
All right, I'm putting. There is a odd-looking key in the party sheet. I probably should have just identified it, and it would have been so much easier.
What is it?
Well, it's quite frankly, I'm really proud of it. It's an odd sort of key. I won't tell you what it unlocks, but there is a room in your keep that you will find locked. This key is it's magical. It never stays the same, and it's constantly moving. And those of you that are close enough to see it, you can tell that the key itself, all 3 of them are identical, and as you look at them longer, they slowly shape and move, but they always are identical to the 3. And she explains that the locks themselves also move, so it's quite frankly unpickable. So don't lose the keys. So there's now 3 of those keys. I'm gonna identify them because it's just easier that way. Bling. There. And she tells you that it unlocks a library of sorts.
We are overwhelmed by your generosity.
Indeed.
Calliope looks disappointed when she says library, and then hands her key to Valoran.
I know that
I think it's in your
it is.
Yeah, we find
It
it.
is
I already
difficult
snagged it.
times
very top.
with the prophecy, but I wasn't sure who to trust, and I knew that hopefully you can trust your own party, and quite frankly, this Munder seems of a good soul, but there are only 3 locks, and I will tell you that the room itself will survive many attacks and possibly even an explosion or 2. So be safe.
Thank you. You can count on us. Valoran wakes and then immediately looks at the ground and says, "Stupid."
Barrett's gonna put a hand on her shoulder and say, "That was stupid." No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna put a hand on Valoran's shoulder and look at Neuronis and say, "Thank you again for all you've done for us. We will gladly accept any help that you can give us to put us on our next step in our journey."
Well, I would highly suggest, perhaps restock. I would recommend any of those 2 travels. Again, I can only say that I know of the passage to Napsa. I've already spoken to Zeno and let him know he might have some friends. As for Porvi, I cannot reach him, and again, it's an option.
We've had a harrowing journey so far. We will rest with your leave, and my company and I shall discuss what our next step is.
Of course. Well, I've told my guards all you have to do is ask. I am always available. And she slowly walks away.
I'm gonna
Inside
bow.
check. insight check.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
How available?
She looks pretty available. She almost
Oh,
skips as she's
yeah.
walking down the hallway.
You're gonna Namas her stay.
What?
Amazing.
You said you want to do yoga with her.
That's true.
Thought that was like a sexual thing.
Let me pull up the map of Puss.
As soon as she walks away, Calliope says, "To the Mellow Dandelion," and starts walking away.
That cat was kind of a dick.
Listen,
It's an acquired taste.
he's a big fan.
He didn't like you.
I made promises. He's gonna be really excited to see
Shouldn't
us,
Valorant like him then?
and so is everyone else in this town. You want some food and a place to sleep, or what? Come on, let's go.
We're kind of loaded now. We can
follow
leave. Fine. I'm just saying, there's probably nicer places out there.
Well, yeah, that we'd have to pay for.
We have like 1,000 gold each. Are you kidding me?
We should go check out this new
Everyone make
room.
a perception check.
Okay.
I gotta freaking look up the dandelion. Here we go.
She'll go along with the dandelion. She was just being obstinate.
Tomcat. I couldn't remember.
Although it would be kind of nice to sleep someplace luxurious.
It's true.
That's what I'm saying.
Swift Eye, you hear the individual in front of you that you believe to be Nororis kind of stop. And Calliope, you hear a faint... oh, there's always your keep. And she keeps walking.
But
Yeah, I wonder how
days travel away, and we don't have a
what's his
teleportation
face is
circle.
doing.
Munder of the Hill
Send him all
Clan.
those helpers. Yeah, Munder of the Hill Clan. Yeah, that's right.
I do mention that to her. I say, time is. I mean, that's an idea, but time is of the essence, and it's a day's travel each way, and we don't have a teleportation circle.
Or do we?
Perhaps you should check out the keys. And she's just kind of walking away.
But I mean, I mean,
Great
Damn it,
seeing you
Howard.
again.
you're playing very
Kinda
coy
waiting.
right now.
Portal Arcade.
How
about we're playing the
I
new
don't
one?
have the spell.
Who's got the gourd? Isn't there a gourd of teleportation?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
only
Lord
has
of
3
Teleportation.
seeds. I'm saving them.
Mm.
Oh, now you're saving.
And I felt bad for keeping the fishing tackle.
So I will say, only because Chris is not here, that Chris wanted to go and pick up his armor. So
Oh yeah, we'll do that.
just before you leave
Sure.
the city, throwing that out.
I also need to sneak into the library and return my books.
It is it's about 10 a.m. in the morning, by the way.
Damn it. That's fine. I'm gonna get my books back from Korak and Barrick.
So we're not staying in town tonight?
We probably should see the keep. I mean,
I
We
plan
have
to head back to
responsibilities
the
there.
keep with Korak,
yeah, we do
You
have
may do what you
responsibilities
like.
there.
Oh, split the party.
but we should meet here at the teleportation circle.
Unless maybe there's some mysterious teleportation circle. It's not cool for you to.
She's already got it.
Valorant, are you okay?
She's like, you know, it would
Who's
be handy
she
information.
exasperated with? Who is
Nororis.
Okay.
You gonna bring her picture back up?
Yep.
I can make her like maybe look like she's winking.
There we go.
Abe, what time of day is it?
It is Swift Eye knows it's 10:02 in the morning, third day of Octor.
All right. Well, what if
10:02 in the morning.
you go to the keep, check it out, let me know how cool this library is. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna sell all of our stuff, get lots of money for it, and I'm gonna play some songs of the Mellow Dandelion because you guys are awesome and all, but
Listen,
you don't
We
clap
get it.
when I play.
You don't clap when I
And
play.
it's been a long time since I've heard the applause, and I've got a Jones in for it. So I'm gonna play the Mellow Dandelion tonight.
applause.
No one cares. That's fine.
Split the
Do what
party,
you want.
split the party!
Derek already said, do what you want. It's fine.
Split the
We'll
party.
be at the Mellow Dandelion tomorrow.
Yeah,
Before
all
moving
right.
on to our next
That's cool.
step. Stop.
But I mean, You guys care
Oh,
a
wait.
little, right? I mean, Valorant doesn't care, but I mean, the rest of you care a little, right? All right, I'll see you
Yes,
tomorrow.
You're really good. We all
And
know.
Calliope walks away, looking
Wow,
a little
thanks.
bit sulky.
There's
I
not
care.
a awkward silence at all. All right, so with that, are you guys
Cricket?
not heading to the Dandelion? You're heading to Volvo?
I'm gonna get
the armor?
St. Cuthbert from the stables.
Yeah,
I'm gonna head
that's
back
true.
to the keep.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop off. I'm gonna go to Q and drop off those books I borrowed.
Awesome. Swift Eye, what you doing?
I think I'm also gonna go to the keep. I would like to see my horse.
Yeah, I'm going to the keep as well.
All right. Are you guys gonna try to stay together?
Split the party.
So
Or
I will,
everybody runs in a different direction.
I will tell you, both the library and the armor are in the same vicinity.
Hmm. We can always just say we're gonna meet at the northern gate at noon or something.
You left your horses here.
Yeah,
Maybe
we can
get
meet at
some
that
lunch.
gate. Meet at that gate at noon.
Yeah, we'll meet there at noon. That sounds good.
All right. At nooner. Got it. All right. So Barrick and Korak head off in the direction down the craftsman locations.
Mhm.
Calliope, who are you hanging out with?
Nobody.
I guess Frederick. Frederick's left.
Oh,
Frederick will hang out with me. He
Yeah,
thinks
hang
I'm
out with Frederick?
awesome. He wants to. He's my manager. Frederick hangs out with me.
he starts talking numbers to you.
Yeah. Calliope's
certain
gonna spend her day. She's gonna go check in with Tomcat, let him know she's in town and needs room for her and Frederick. And then she's gonna talk herself up around town. She and Frederick are gonna drum up some numbers for the night, and then she's gonna go sell all the stuff in the party sheet for as
Nice.
much money as she can get.
Excellent.
And she might do a little bit of shopping too, but.
Excellent.
Although, let me check before I sell our stuff. Is there anything in the party sheet that we do not want to sell?
Probably the keys. I took
Yeah,
one
so-
key already.
Grab the keys. Oh, Abel, you drop one in Chris's character stuff.
Yeah,
Done.
and give one to Frederick too.
At the very least, we should save the scroll of protection elementals. Heck, I'll put it in my book of holding if no one else wants it.
Yeah, and somebody should grab the ring of mind shielding, and there are potions of healing.
I'll take the ring of mind shielding.
All right. Let's see here. Korak.
It's attunement, but it's a good item.
No one wants the plate mail, right?
I don't remember what all I have attuned. I think
No,
my
it's not like
hammer.
that.
I think the shield.
That's the thing. It's tough to choose the attunements.
Okay, there you go.
Is my shield an attunement? The shield of the faithful.
I believe we decided
say?
it wasn't, since that was your you got that kind of in your training,
Okay.
because that was one of your starting items I gave you.
So I guess I'll wear the ring.
So, plate mail I'm selling, correct?
Yeah.
Sell that.
Because Frederick has new armor. All right, and then there's 3 potions of healing.
Sell those. Who needs those? All right. So let's see. Korak and Barrick head off to greet
I've got lots of potions. Thanks.
Volwyn.
Yeah, well, I'll take this.
She kind of sees you both coming, and she wipes the sweat from her brow, kind of clears her throat. Just in time. I just finished. And she goes off, kind of running off, and she brings out a gleaming chain armor. It's finely wrought, and on the crest it is a embroidered Vandegar crest. It's got a little inlaid blue in the actual crest. And she says, "I name it the Armor of the Glancing Blow." I'm quite proud of it myself. I
Nice.
took a little of what you brought me, and well, we'll say an artist's tweaking. It will protect you and guard you well. And she's gonna say, but first, you made $100 deposit, plus taking off the cost of items and materials you gave me. And she starts counting in her head and goes, that'll be 2,900 gold.
He probably is good for it.
Yeah, he's a like almost a
He's
prince.
a Vanguard. They always pay their debts.
Do they?
I don't know.
Is that
Today
a
he
Game of
does.
Thrones thing?
He's got the money. So
Lannisters, yeah.
let me just go ahead and take
Starks always pay their
34
debts.
there. So that's
No,
2,000.
Starks are winners coming. Lannisters always pay their debts.
What?
But they're also jerks.
9 platinum pieces is 90 gold pieces, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. I want to make sure I don't want to cheat him.
Times 10. Yeah, it's always.
He still has a ton of money.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah. He's got 134
2,900
platinum
mo-
pieces.
How many?
134.
Yeah, that's
Told
only 1,340 gold though.
Well, yeah, he's still got it. I'm gonna ID it for him, but I'm not gonna spoil the surprise. Crap! I lost his armor. Find chainmail armor. Bling! There we go. All right, so he's now gotten the armor. Looking around the shop, you notice that there doesn't seem to be anything different around. Nothing kind of new, but you're more than welcome to kind of ask her any questions or talk to her about anything else.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Peace out. She goes back to working. Very happily starts banging on a hammer. Clang, clang.
She just made bank.
She made
Blacksmiths.
ton bank. He didn't even try to talk her down. Valorn, you make it to the library.
Yep.
It's very well lit.
Yep.
You see Q behind the counter, kind of scribbling in a book.
Sup?
Hey, it's a library.
There's no one here.
You.
Hey.
What is it you want?
I have some books for you.
You didn't check out any books.
Sure, I did. She puts them on the counter. I'm returning these 3, and I'm hoping to take a quick peek. She does double finger guns, and at a special section where I got these.
Make a. Oh my god.
Persuasion?
Yeah, thank you. I was like, what is it called?
Hey.
Well, of course, you can have a look around, but I know where these books came from, and I'm not sure how you got them.
I checked them out. Like 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Maybe a week ago.
I only met you last week,
Yeah, it was last week.
and I believe that was the night of the break-in. And she's looking
Well-
at you really hard.
Is that what you're calling it?
Well, there wasn't anything stolen that I saw, but no one gets into that part of the library without approval.
Oh. Well, I must have had your approval then, or maybe Chancellor Neuroris' approval, or else I never would have gotten these books. Logically speaking, she pushes her glasses up her nose.
Oh man, make a persuasion check.
Okay. Look, I'm bringing your books back.
Wow. Yes, logically speaking, you are correct. Obviously, the only way to get
Obviously.
these books is to have approval. However, I do
Obviously.
not see the correct forms. I will, however, return these. They obviously are not past due, or they would have turned red. That is
Oh,
how we do
shoot.
it here.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's how we do it here.
Now, is there anything else you need? You're quite...
yeah.
What's the word for it? Oh, that's right, annoying.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Yeah, I'll just go let myself in. It's cool. You stay here.
No. You're already in the
No, I
library.
know where it is.
You know what? I'll just go ahead and follow you. It'll be fine.
Okay,
It'll be good.
that's cool.
And she's like really close to you now.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the restricted section and just give it a quick peek.
You find the same hidden door that's hidden by a book that Swift Eye had found earlier. Are
She
you-
walks right there.
All right, so you yank on it. With a, the door opens up, and she goes, and she looks at you really hard. Yeah.
Me and the Chancellor are tight.
Yes. But there was no paperwork given, and I have already secured the only key to this place.
So she puts her finger up to Neuroris's mouth and just says, "Shh, be cool."
My name is Q, and she like puts a finger back, but pushes it really hard on your face, and then she slowly shuts the bookcase.
All right, so we're not getting in there. That's fine.
But I'm sure there's some books in the children's section you would find.
You know, for a
Admirable.
library, we really don't like giving people knowledge. It's
No,
cool.
it's just there's something about you.
Yeah, that's fine. Being a hero of the realm sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure neither of us would know, now would we? She kind of pushes her glasses up, and now they're really kind of creased into her nose.
Sure. Well, as she's walking out, she's just going to say, I guess next time Neuroris is walking in, why don't you ask her about Valorant and the Radiant Company?
And she's just walking you out the front door.
All right, she'll head out.
Radiant Company. And she stomps back for a little gnome. Calliope, by this time you've made it back to the Mellow Dandelion, and Tomcat's behind the bar, talking to this same person as before. I don't know.
Same guy.
This guy might be a mannequin.
Calliope billows her cloak and opens her arms wide and says, Tom, your prayers are answered. I have returned.
This lady's just walking back and forth.
She just
The whole
paces.
time. You gotta push her out of the way. Ah, Calliope. I haven't made bank like that night. Ah, good to see you here. What is it you need? You seem lonely today.
I'm not lonely. I've got my manager Frederick here. And she like slaps him on the arm. Now.
Yes.
The two of you can talk terms, but we're gonna need a room, some food, and I'm gonna need your stage tonight.
Well, if memory serves me correctly, and he kind of pushes the guy in the hood away, and he kind of like leans forward. The rooms and the food are always free for you and your company. As for the stage, I'm sure I could kick someone out of here. It'd be fine.
I hope it's not that dwarf guy again.
He's gonna murder me.
Oh crap! What was that guy's name?
I don't
I don't know if he was cranky.
I have to look it up.
Oh, he can be my opening act. It's fine.
You're so devastated.
So, are you planning to play tonight, or just sometime soon?
Tonight, one night only. Short engagement. I've got realms to save in the morning, but tonight we party.
Ah. Well, I mean, of course I could make some room. Glint over there, he's playing tonight, but I'm sure I could get rid of him. And you see a very familiar bagpiper that has a hole in his bagpipe for some odd reason, and it's.
Can't you hire him as like a backup singer or something?
Yeah, Calliope smiles and waves at him.
He starts playing a little faster.
All right, well, Frederick and I will be back for an early dinner, but we've got errands to run and word to spread.
Excellent. I cannot wait. I'll have to draw up the terms, of course, but I'm sure we can make it happen. I'll see you later this evening.
I'll see you tonight.
All right, so it's probably about 11:30. You guys could probably make it to the gate on time, unless there's something else you wanted to stop and see. Excellent. With that, you head to the gate. Nicely enough, the same gentleman who was quite well taken with Calliope excuse me, sees her coming and goes, "Oh, Calliope! Oh my goodness! Get the horses!" And you see him kind of shouting to someone else.
Oh, I don't think Calliope and Frederick aren't going back to the keep.
They're not going back to
We
the
wouldn't be
keep.
able to get back
Oh,
in
yeah.
time.
Go,
You're
yeah.
not going to the
tonight.
gate.
No.
All right. Well,
No, because they're going to the keep. We're staying in town tonight.
that guy is gonna be.
So we're
crushed.
we're just spending the day spreading the word that
He just thought about Calliope. And he was like, oh.
Oh, I
He's
thought
actually here.
Calliope was with you. I'll get the
Nope, just us.
horses.
Just those two.
Calliope and Frederick stay in town. All right. This guy looks just crushed. So he gets the horses. He's kind of dragging them behind him. You can see his feet actually like drag marks in the sand. And he goes, "All right, well they've been fed." So
I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder and toss him 3 gold coins and say,
What?
Calliope's playing at the what's it, the Dandelion?
Mellow Dandelion.
Mellow Dandelion tonight. Make
Uh,
sure you don't miss it.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I'll be there. My shift ends at 6. I'll be there. You tell her. Bill said hello.
Enjoy a drink on me, and then I'm gonna give him another 5 gold.
Oh man. Okay. And he happily pockets it. You see the other guard is not quite as happy. But Bill is very happy with the 8 gold that you just gave him.
Ah, shit. I'm gonna give 5 gold to the other card too. Sheepishly.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
More and more guards just want to see you doing
They
this.
keep holding their hand out.
Oh yeah. Roll that sleight of hand.
Fuck. Oh yeah, look
darn.
at that.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I mean, it's part of our job to get the horses, but I very much take it kindly. And he quickly
You do your
pockets
job
the
well. I'll say quietly.
Make a stealth check. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so you guys get the horses now, several gold pieces shorter, and you're heading to the Resplendent Keep.
Yep.
All right,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
Razzle Dazzle Castle. Here
so
we
everyone's
come.
heading there,
Mhm.
but Calliope and Frederick. Swiftar, are you staying with the party?
Which one?
The Razzle Dazzle Castle party.
Razzle
Oh
Dazzle
yeah,
Castle.
yeah. Want to see the horses?
All right.
Oh yeah.
Horses in the back.
Okay. I gotta get. Oh man. Oh man. Oh jeez.
Did we install those water slides yet? Or
Um,
asking for a friend?
just asking for a friend. Who's leading the charge? Barrack and Korak.
Yep.
All right.
I'll ride side by side with Korak.
All right. Oh, Calliope's not going. Valoran is, and so is Swift.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So everyone that is heading to the castle, make a perception check.
Random encounter.
Hope it's centaurs.
Take that.
Me too.
Oh yes.
Good
No,
rolls,
I'm gonna
guys.
say- I'm gonna say
Hey,
it's
look at
based
that.
on sight. So.
So,
Ouch.
As you come up to the
I
keep,
still do pretty good.
yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah, no, that's still a good roll. As you come up to the keep, you notice that the castle walls have been repaired. They've been
Damn.
quite well put back together. They're still not perfect, but it's rather impressive that it's been less than a week now, but that the walls are no longer crumbling. They seem crudely put together, but well put together. Valoran, looking down on the ground, you notice that there are tracks, heavily stomped tracks going up to the castle. Judging by that roll, you notice that there was probably a legion of individuals that went this direction, and then seemed to just continue in that direction.
Like continue past the keep.
No, they seem to be heading to the keep itself. You can kind of, from your distance now, you're within sight. You can see the actual gates themselves and the two towers that kind of guard it. As you're kind of coming up, you also Swift Eye, you can kind of hear, distant voices and chatter And Valoran, you also notice that there are. Yeah, you rolled good. There are 2 individuals up on the tower itself.
Shit. Korak, were you expecting troops? She says as she pulls out a dagger.
I did send word to Hans, my father, to send assistance, but I was not expecting this.
She's gonna point the tip of the dagger up to point out to her friends the soldiers on top of the wall.
And you're probably about 30, maybe 40 feet away at this point. Are you
What's up, guys? You here to kill us?
There is a kind of a movement. Bling. Let's load this up. I didn't preload it. There's the quick movement, and you see kind of flashes of silver as definitely with that perception and swift eye, you can almost hear the kind of pulling back of a bow. 2 arrows are now trained on the company, and you hear, "Speak your business! We've got you trained with arrows. Not to enter without permission of Mundor himself. Now speak your business or be slain."
I'm going to speak up. I'm going to say, "This is Korak Vandagar, owner of this castle. Who are you and what are you doing in the Resplendent Keep?" I'm going to intimidate them.
Oh, yeah, roll it.
Yeah. I say, "Speak quickly."
"My name is Whitlock. I be the head of the guard here. Though I have heard of Vandagar, I have not heard of you." And he kind of points out. Everyone make a perception check. Damn. You see me rolling. Damn. Swift Eye with a 20 with a natural 2. Oh, man.
Just perceptive.
She perceives
Just
the shit
that
out of
perceptive.
Swift Eye, you hear a faint panting in the background coming near the keep. And Barrick, from over the rampart itself, you see the top of a head. Clearly, from the distance, you can tell it's a short individual, and you hear, "Hey, sir, Adams, so much has happened. Come.
Hail, Mondor!
Oh,
It's good to see you, old friend."
You can see his hands are kind of up. He's kind of bracing himself. He clearly has ran quite a distance. "I'll meet you let me see you at the gate." And then he kind of disappears. You also see that the individuals drop their arrows. They kind of put them back slowly.
Yeah, I bet you feel like tools now, huh?
Easy, Valorant.
It's Whitlock.
That's probably a good explanation for all of this.
Whitlock is going to be a little closer.
They're idiots? She rolls her eyes and shrugs.
As you come up to the gate slowly opens, and in front of you see Munder, who is still kind of hands on his knees, panting.
I'm going to get down off my horse and shake his hand. It's good to see you again, friend.
Just he kind of puts his hands up. He's shaking, but he's really kind of winded. Barrick, it's good to see you.
I'm gonna kind of look up at the ramparts, just kind of glance them and say, "Guards, when did this happen? How did this happen?"
Perhaps we should come inside.
All right, I'll beckon to the rest of the company.
Man, this really is where the action is. I bet Calliope is gonna feel bad to miss all this.
Where is Calliope and Frederick, that is?
I don't know. She's stroking her ego somewhere.
They chose to spend the night in Puss. Calliope has a performance scheduled.
Well, she'll see it eventually. And there's a smile on his face. So you all kind of enter, and he shuts you into the first gate, and then he opens the next, and then shuts it. So you guys kind of get inside there, and he says, "Well, first, let's take care of the horses. Come this way. We'll take care of them, and we'll place them by my workshop." And he slowly leads you this way, and then into this area here. And you can see there is, to the left, he kind of points out some stables that are newly finished. The wood looks fresh, and there is little placards above the stalls that show each of the horses' names, except for Frederick's, because he's yet to name it.
You've been busy, friend.
That I have.
I hope Korak has been providing you with everything you need.
You could say that. And he kind of looks at Korak and smiles. No, I'll say Korak and Barrick, you would notice from this distance, this building has a little horseshoe above it, and a little name that says Mundor's, and you can smell kind of a blacksmith area, kind of the coals, and you notice that his garb is not one that you've seen him wear before. It's more of like a blacksmith apron. He's got some coal and some kind of rust kind of shavings on his person, and he's smiling. He's pretty happy.
A smithy, a hidden talent of yours.
That I was once upon a time, before that bastard of a dragon came and got me. Well, I mean, you have to have a smithy to have miners, and, well, I am the last of the Hill clan, so, I hoped you wouldn't mind.
It seems that Pelor has blessed us more and more.
You just wait, my friends. For you see, before we go, sirs, we have much to tell. I received this notice, and he kind of waves it. And there's a seal on it. There's almost like a wax seal that's kind of held it in place. And he looks to Korak and he says, "I believe it's from your father, sir. And well, I've not heard from him since. Well, except for this first note."
Steel drum players that you've hired.
I know, right? You're welcome. They don't come cheap, I assure you. So I received the first notice, and just the other day, well, this came. And he hands it to Korak. So Korak gets another note. It's still sealed. It has an emblem on it. But the first notice, it came addressed to me, which, kind of surprised me a little bit, but I took it graciously, and I read it. And the head of the battalion of, well, oddly about 50 masons and carpenters, all addressed me as sir, and said that the Vandegar home shall be repaired, and they would be gone within the night, within the several nights. And it also came with, God save me, 2,000 pounds of gold. It quite frankly took me off my guard. But Hans seems to be a very giving man, and said that he felt pride in rebuilding this keep for what it was, and I have spent the 12,000 on the masons and the carpenters, and, well, you'll see what I mean. So fortune has smiled upon us, and of that 20,000, well, I've kept about 3,000, which I assume will be good in the treasury if you'd like. And I've done some things. I've hired a couple cooks because I feel that, well, when you do come back, it'd be good to feed us, and, well, we have to feed the guard, of course. And I know you've met Whitlock. He's a bit cranky, but he's quite good, I assure you.
And so all of these guards, loyal?
I would imagine they came from the Vandegar house themselves.
Good. I'm just going to look to Korak to get his confirmation.
He's going to nod. But he's not going to say anything.
Sure. Been the strong silent type this time around.
Yeah, man. Korak.
Well, perhaps the tour is in order.
That I would love to.
Does Mundor have any food out?
No, it seems this area it's very well prepared. The horses have been ready. He seems very proud of this area and the fact you can call it he can call it kind of home, but no food seems to be out.
Damn.
All right.
Okay.
So he's gonna say, yes, perhaps a tour would be in order. Follow me, and he's gonna kind of lead you to the front of the house. As you kind of walk around, you notice that there are several other guards up on the ramparts and kind of walking around. But he gets to the front door, and I don't know why I chose the dwarven bush the way I did, because it's a hard one. And as you walk up,
Claire, are you still awake, or are we taking over your character? You're just really quiet, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I probably should get to bed soon.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
I'm sorry, I made it so far.
You
did. You made it really far.
You did. So as you walk up to the main gate, you see that the wooden doors that you remember recently were kind of blown in, have been rebuilt. Are massive. They're probably about 10 foot wide. They're double door, and again, there's a well engraved seal of the Vandegar, and above it you see the words "Resplendent Keep," and he kind of pushes them open, and a very well oiled door. Doors just kind of swing open with almost no effort whatsoever.
I see you spared no expense. Impressive, I'm going to say that, Korak.
There were so many carpenters. It was quite easy to do. I just simply managed the funds and the affairs. But I thank you. I'm quite proud of the keep, and I'm hopeful that Korak is as well. He's gonna also nod. We'll just move Swift Eye in here. There we go. Well, you see, this is the grand hallway. Nothing too special here. I mean, they didn't really add anything to it. It just it's of course completed. There's several doors around. There seems to be some crates that were left over, just kind of some repair items. You see at the far end of the wall is the Vandegar tree. And everyone can make a perception check. And I'm gonna roll for Korak. Oh man, he's rolling awesome.
Awesome.
Wow, that one is.
Look at that spinning.
Oh my god,
That's so cool.
Wow,
so
wow. You know what? That's a natural
That was the
20.
coolest-
It rolls
that
that
was the
low.
coolest-
That's a natural
Yeah,
20.
it is.
That was
Yeah.
the coolest thing to ever happen.
Wow.
I
Wow.
won D&D.
Low.
Wow.
What's that?
Your standards are low.
I know. It was
I
cool.
won. I
That was-
won
You see it?
D&D.
That was
so it's fun.
you broke the game. So Korak.
Forget Parker's birth. This is it.
This is it. This is your kind of accomplishment.
Yep.
So as Korak starts to say and ask, is that the painting from Valoran just kind of pipes up and immediately says, that's the painting from the main hall where the Temple of Saint Cuthbert was.
Yeah.
So it seems to be one and the same. The same location, kind of looking around, but you notice that the painting seems worn, but they kind of saved where it was. So
Right on.
there's a
Yeah,
painting
nice job. You did a good job.
on the wall there. Bling. And he says, so I mean, it's up to you. I mean, essentially, it's your home now. Where would you like to go? We've got the kitchen. We've got
Library.
Well, I know there is a room that the Lady
Yep, the lady-
Chancellor.
That's the one.
The Lady Chancellor Neuroris added a room. We'd
Yep.
like to see it.
Yes.
Okay, we will head that way. Follow me. And he kind of stumbles off this way. You guys do notice there is there's a woman, that you pass by. She's long black hair, very pleasant to the eyes, wearing a nice dress. and seems to be just kind of dusting and tidying up as you walk by.
Oh, hey.
Insight check.
Yep.
Do I trust her?
You do. She looks at you and kind of bows and says to Mundar, the Radiant Company, I presume? And he kind of nods. It's very nice to meet you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is I have to look because I can't remember what her name was. My name is Philomena. I simply tidy up and clean around here. Please let me know if I can assist you in any way. And
Greetings, Lady Philomena. Well met.
Very nice to meet you
I'm
as well,
going to
sir.
bow.
Oh, you humble me. And she is going to bow even deeper. You kind of see going around this corner. Bling! 3 elder brains. No. Oh no, where did my music go?
I cast Dispel Magic.
Monday.com is a team.
I cast magic.
Counter spell. Have that now.
Okay. As you walk around the corner, you see there are 3 doors. One to the north, one to the south, and when you look to the one to your east, you see that this door is very different than all the others. It's Valor, make an Arcana check.
I have advantage on those.
Yeah, you do. Roll it up. They didn't spin really hard, so that's a natural 1.
Damn it.
You notice that this door is it's metallic. It's some sort of metal. It almost seems to be flowing as you look at it. It's grayish black, and it's strongly imbued with magic itself. On the kind of the center, there is a hole that reminds you of a keyhole. But other than that, it is just simply a metallic door.
Key
badass.
that shit.
I'm gonna key it.
All right.
I'm just gonna scratch the side of it just to see how much pain I can get off before I'm caught.
Yeah, make a strength check.
Cool.
Munder
No,
kind
I
of
put the key in the hole.
aside. As you
I'll
put
make
the
a strength
key-
check though.
Yeah.
There it is.
uh,
Broke it.
there is a moment where you don't believe the key will turn, and then it just simply, and it just like evaporates out of the air. And
The key does?
No, the
Yep, it's
door.
gone forever.
Yep.
Oh Jesus.
One-time use. You're welcome.
Oh, shit. Nororis.
Somewhere you hear us faint laughter. You find yourselves in a circular room. Around all the walls are bookshelves. There are several chairs that remind you of reading. There are chests and a simple desk. Everyone can make a perception check.
It's just us.
Just us two.
Just us two, Abe.
I'll roll for those.
Because we sucked.
We had a
Oh, no, Barrett did
15,
good,
we
did
just,
good.
We just
He
17.
did good.
You do a good job.
Good.
So, as you guys kind of enter the room,
Colin's already inside.
yeah, I was gonna say, Valen, you're gonna notice, and so does Barrick, that there are no books on the shelves. It's very bare.
What kind of library is this?
There is a note on the actual table, with kind of like a pen on top of it. Korak and Swift Eye kind of look around and realize that they notice some kind of etchings, and they kind of point it out to you guys on the floor itself.
Oh
There's
shit.
Some etchings on the floor.
Shit. Itself.
Valor, if you like, you can, and so can you, Barrick. You can,
Is it a
you can make
teleportation circle?
a Arcana check.
Is it a teleportation circle? She already knows it's a teleportation circle.
I don't know what that is.
I see shit. Yes. When you look at the floor, you see there's etchings, and they're almost done in a way that's hidden. You can tell they kind of go with the floorboards and the stone that's throughout the room. But as you kind of step back and look at it, you see it as a teleportation circle etched into the floor.
Sweet.
Valoran, you also noticed that the library door closed and reformed behind you.
Badass.
I'm gonna read the note.
Yeah.
Always leave a note.
So as you kind of look at it, you can see a very beautiful cursive handwriting in common that says,
Nice.
just simply, "It's always good to have a home and to be able to find one's way. Love, Nororis."
Oh, that's nice.
You can tell a little perfume in the air. I just added that part in. But yeah, there's a teleportation circle on the floor that is well hidden. And tons of bookshelves. There, teleportation circle. There are also 2 chests and several chairs.
Alright. And a pocket dimension. Pocklet dimension.
Yeah, you get it. Pocklet
Poc-
dimension. Let me just add Beric is
Beric
dead.
is-
There we go.
Beric is now drawn into the Pocklet dimension.
It's
For the
now part of
Pocklet
the Pocklet
dimension.
world.
Oh man.
Awesome.
2 cubes.
A little disappointed there's no books,
come
but
out of the
Valor's
world.
cool with it.
Oh no!
And eat Beric.
Kill out the cubes.
Okay, problem solved. How you like them Pocklet cubes? Alright, there we go. You hear from the other side of the door.
Can you open the door from the inside, but you need the key to open the door again.
Is there anything inside the chest of holding?
We're in the Pocklet
upon,
dimension?
upon opening it up, you can kind of look down in, and it's a massive kind of pit. And immediately you can tell this is somehow imbued with magic to be able to
Sure.
store whatever items you put in it, but there doesn't seem to be anything in it.
Okay.
You get the impression they spent more time creating the teleportation circle than anything else.
This normally takes a year to make one of these. How did they do it in so short a time? She says, to no one in particular.
Barrick's gonna say, magic.
Beric,
Probably.
you do remember that she said multiple mages.
Ah, yeah. Lots of mages. Lots of magic.
So many mages, so many magics.
I mean, I can't really use this circle yet. It's really awesome we have it, but I can't. I'm not that powerful.
Sucks to be you.
Give it time. You're quite talented, Valorant.
I mean, I think if we spend about a year of studying, I could probably figure it out on my own.
That's a good
So
idea.
if we're cool with waiting about a year,
I'm not cool with that.
she grins. I was joking. Chill out.
Oh, yes.
I know we have a timeline.
Jokes. Jokes are funny.
Feast of the
Let's
Moon.
go.
Barrick, make a perception check.
Plang.
Psych. You notice there's some scribbling at the bottom of the note, but other than that's all you notice.
All right. Is it in common or no?
It is not.
Can you read this? I'm going to say to Valorant. I'm going to point to the scribbling.
Sure. I read it.
Make an Arcana check.
If I need to cast comprehend languages, I can.
Okie dokie. I should make you do it anyways. You immediately notice that what looked to be scribbling is actually the exact drawing of the actual circle on the floor.
Well, how do you like that?
Where's this?
On the
It's on
bottom
the
of the
wall.
note.
It was on the note.
Oh! I'm gonna keep. She says, "Can I keep this so I can memorize it?"
The teleportation
Correct.
circle is about that big.
Okay.
All right. She's gonna keep it, and over the next 10 minutes, memorize that circle.
Nice. All right, so
Can-
Valoran is just walking with a note in her hand.
Are you able to open the door from the inside, or do you need the key to open it back up?
Are you walking up to it?
Yes, but
All
not
right.
into it.
As you walk up to it, it and
Nice.
disappears. And
Very impressive. What else do you have to show us?
we're next to the kitchen. We could stop in there.
Yes.
Good. Let's
Ah.
do it.
We'll see Bridget and Aggie. Let's go.
Bridget and Aggie.
And if Swift I was here,
Look
she
at
would
you,
have.
Mundar. You found people with real names.
That's right.
Well, you see in the note it said to hire people, and well, I'm quite proud of what I can do. So,
Do we have anywhere to store Giffins?
It is maybe in your library. I've not seen it yet.
What's a Giffin?
What's a giffin, me lord?
What's a
What's a
Giffin?
giffin?
Oh, you're
so-
one of them Giffins.
So, as you walk in, there, God, there's a timid woman behind a chopping block, kind of cutting up some meat. She's kind of mousy. She's got white hair, white hair, and a tail. She immediately smiles at Munder, and Munder goes, "Ah, Aggie, this be the Radiant Company. Say hello." And she kind of. And he kind of puts his hand up. He's aiming to be quiet, but it's not coming out quietly. She's a bit timid, she is. She'll come around.
Greetings,
Aggie and
Aggie.
who?
I just do the cooking. And she immediately starts chopping faster. I mean, Bridget's around the corner and you hear this. Hey! Who's in my kitchen?
Boy.
And you hear, "Oh, Mondar, it's just you." Yes, Bridget, we've got our hosts. They are. I haven't seen them in I'm not quite sure. It's about a week, I think. Oh, great! You tell them to come in here. I'd like to meet them.
We'll go
I'll
in.
go in. Yeah, I'll go in.
And you can smell a pretty nice meal cooking. There's like some stews that are cooking on the fire. There's kind of a roast going. It's pretty elaborate. She's got blonde hair. Definitely loud. Kind of a roly-poly woman. And she goes, "Well, welcome to me kitchen. That'd be Aggie. She doesn't say much. Isn't that right, Aggie?" It's like I said, she don't say much.
Where do you come from, Bridget?
I was in Puss, and I worked for that big cat for a while. What was his name?
Ah, yes, Tomcat. We know him well.
Tomcat. Oh,
What a jerk.
I mean, he paid okay. I mean, he let me stay there, and of course, but
Oh,
this is a nice place I've got. And she kind of walks over and kind of pushes past Munder with like a big hand and just kind of pushes him out of the way. She goes, "Well, I've got my supplies in here, and I've got Munder gave me an allowance, and it's quite nice. I mean, just listen to that sizzling meat over there." And she kind of like walks past everyone, quite proud of like her surroundings, and she's looking, and she's kind of poking the fire, and she kind of pokes at Aggie. Nice.
Oh. I sneak something off of the table.
Wow, you just stealing shit. All right, it's fine. It's fine.
It's
If there's like an apple or a loaf of bread or something.
There's like a pretty nice
I don't see it.
cut of steak that's clearly she was cutting
No.
parts off.
No.
And then there's
Vegetarian.
also,
It's canon.
Vegetarian.
it's canon. There's also some fruits that look like they might be going into some sort of dessert.
Yeah, I'm taking one of those.
Nice. She kind of walks back in their kitchen. She's still you can hear her just kind of like jib-jabbing away, talking about the different things, and she kind of elbows past you, and goes, "Well, I mean that's my kitchen. I hope you like the. I mean you did listen, right?
It smells delicious, Bridget. We're glad to have you aboard.
Well, I mean lunch will be at let's see. Oh, it's already late, so I guess we already had the lunch. But I'll be having dinner around 5 o'clock if you'd like."
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
Ah, excellent. What do they call them? The things you can't eat. The fancy folks say dietary restriction, but I say posh. Anything you don't like to eat there.
Valorant actually, like, she leans forward and says, actually, I don't eat meat.
Oh,
She, like, kind of, like, looks awkwardly over her shoulder at the rest of the group.
like a
Bear's
cow.
Bear's
Okie
gonna look at her and be like, kind of oddly, he's gonna look at her and just kind of mouth silently, "No meat."
Okay, so we've got the cow special, and then, well, of course, the cow for the rest of you. I think that'd be great.
Good.
She just kind of shrugs and mutters, like, no one ever asked. Thanks for asking.
Well,
Fair
anytime
enough.
they're missed, and she kind of winks at you. You guys can clearly see there's several big jugs of ale behind her. A couple of other, utensils around the room. Behind her is the same kind of door that the pantry was made out of, and then another door to the south. And Munder says, "Well, we could show you the dining hall. It's quite nice, if I do say so myself. I had a little help in designing it, if you don't mind." And he kind of walks you guys to the dining room.
Let's take a look.
Bing! So he kind of walks in, and he goes, "Well, I feel it's enough to feed the guards, and of course you guys. And if you have any guests or kings or I'm gonna be honest. I've been a blacksmith for many years.
Holy shit.
I've been doing
It's
pretty.
huge.
I know, right? They did a really good job. That Hansi did." And he kind of looks back to Korak and he goes, "He knows his stuff. He does. Good maces. They worked night and day and then just disappeared one day. It was, well, they took their pay and then they disappeared, but you know how it is." And he walks up and goes, "Well, this is just where they prepare food." And he kind of swings the door open and you see a little kind of closet where they kind of have the food ready during mealtime. But that's about all that is. I can't say much more. He then walks you through this way, and he goes, "Well, this is, I guess the best way to describe it is the throne room. They insisted on having, I don't know, Hans was very specific." And he looks to Korak and he goes, "Like you're a king or something. Are you a king or something?"
A place to hold court. To hear the pleas and plights of thy people.
The P's and P's.
The P's and P's.
I gotcha.
Every keep holds one.
No, that's smart. That's smart. See, you know what you're talking about. And he kind of looks at it. It's got, it's a very plain throne of sorts.
Sorry, there was my history check for that.
Nice. No, you nailed it.
Okay.
You also notice that sometimes they would hide candy behind the throne.
Yeah.
It's a nice kind of rug. It seems to be newly purchased. There's some some flaming receptacles that are lit. And he walks you go through and says, "And here's a place that the guards can always kind of change in or do what they need to. A guard room, I guess. It'd probably be a good way to call it." Kind of walks you guys through. "I'm naked!" And says, "Well, perhaps I should show you your rooms, and he shows you yet another guard room, kind of adjacent to the gates. Going down, you notice there's kind of a smaller room that opens up into a room with several beds, a chest, kind of a general table." And he goes, "Well, this is the sleeping quarters. It'll sleep about 5. There's a couple other places that I'll show you, but, most of the crew kind of been sleeping here. But it's your home. You tell us where we be, and I guess we should head to quite frankly, I haven't come up with a name for it. Perhaps you could." And he opens up a door, and inside is several kind of suits of armor stands. They're bare at the moment. There's several kind of tables and what looks to be in the front kind of a very well polished sword, as well as another there we go, another tree of the Vandegar family. I mean, the plan said about having some kind of display room. I think it's quite silly, you know, us dwarves, we don't care too much about displaying things unless, you know, they be the gems and our craftsmanship. So, you know, I put up a sword there that I made the other day. I'm quite proud of it. Yeah, it just seems to be a two-handed sword. Pretty well made, though. And he walks through the door and he goes, and this over here, it, you know, be the shitter. Because, well, you gotta have one of those.
Always end the tour with the shit.
So, I mean, I guess they call it a latrine, but I call it the shitter, because that's what you do.
It used to be shit house.
And over this way, my lords, will, the letter was very specific that, Korak...
I'll be right there.
well, should we wait? Should we wait, sir?
Just give me a few minutes.
Valorant seems like super overwhelmed. This is like way more house than she's ever seen.
I know, there's only one shitter. It was part of a failure in the design.
I'm sorry.
And he kind of slaps her on the
I
back.
failed you.
And she's never had anyone like wait on her before, so she's just like really kind of just shuffling and not really sure how to take all this.
He leads you past another bedroom, what looks to be a quiet study, and then he refers to it as the master bedroom off the back. There's two more beds in here, as well as one up here. And he looks to Korak and he goes, "Well, I hope you like it. We've been pretty busy, as you can see."
Well, looks like we're gonna be sharing beds, 2 each.
This is incredible, friend. You and your men have done wonders. And women.
Well, yeah, there's Bridget, and there's Aggie, and there's Philomena, of course. But of the guard, we've got, well, Whitlock. He's the head of guard. I picked him out myself. He quite good for an older man. He seems to know his stuff. Then you got Moore, and you got Edmund. You kind of see him running off the people in his head. And then you got Ryle and Norvin. Well, he's the youngest. But he seems eager and quite helpful, and quite frankly, he's quite cheap, and he kind of elbows Korak. But you know, if you don't mind, I feel quite... And you kind of see him, like, kicking the dirt. I feel I've done quite well, sir. And you see him kind of take a firm stand, and he says, "Well, I'm the last of the Hill Clan, and well, I feel I've found my new calling here, to run the keep, sir, and..."
Yes, whatever you want, yes.
I'm going to turn to Korak. Perhaps we have found our Castellan.
Well, I don't know what that is, but I say I'd like to stay here, I do's. So, I mean, hopefully you have me. Well, anyways, I got stuff to do, and he kind of runs off down the hallway.
I mean, basically running the place. Maybe he should just keep, like, running the place, right? She says, as an aside to Barrick.
I agree.
I mean, he's already
Right.
doing it. Seems to be doing good.
There, I just untagged everything that I think I have hidden.
There you go. Hey,
You know, just when I was kind of...
definition.
Right. just when I was worried that I was going to forget what Korak's family tree looked like, here it is. At every turn.
Definitely creeps up quite a bit. In fact, Barrick, you noticed after you were done in the latrine, there's a little family tree right there.
It's
Yeah,
printed
weird.
with every little square of
That's
toilet
weird.
paper.
Just
Castellan Mondor of the Resplendent Keep. Has a nice ring to it.
yeah. I really appreciate it. You hear him kind of shouting down the hallway. It's probably
You're the
like
man, Mondor.
it's probably like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys are more than welcome to kind of walk around and see what was done. Valorant, you would have also noticed, because I think you rolled really high and I forgot to mention it. as you were walking up, you noticed, excuse me, as you were kind of coming around the castle, that there was a statue.
I did
Excuse me.
notice that. It has two dwarves with butt cracks.
Two dwarf with butt cracks.
All right.
I'm really proud of those butt cracks. It's really hard to draw on this program.
I'm going to direct your attention to the butt cracks. Right there.
They're very
Yeah, there.
they're very crudely made, but very well.
First thing I noticed when I saw this map.
Very well put together. They stand arm in arm, full beard, wearing helms and full armor. One has a hammer on his shoulder. The other one has a small smile. And if you would have gotten close, you would have read that they read Mandus and Mindo, fallen warriors of the Hill Clan. May Moradin's halls welcome you.
They're all about alliteration in the Hill Clan.
Yeah, man. Mundor, Milden, Marden. It's fine. It's cool.
Moradin.
Moradin. I forgot to click these guys. But yeah, so this is the Resplendent Keep.
Badass.
The company has been busy as I slowly put everything in there. There we go. Mundor. Got it. Okay. Good. Excellent. So, I guess it's up to the party what you do. It's probably about after the travel and everything else. It's probably rather late. It's probably about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. After giving the tour and kind of walking around.
Yeah, probably. That's here for the night. Yeah.
Yeah. Get some rest. Have some dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Eat Bridget's
I'm going
delicious
to-
meal.
Yeah, I'm going to at some point go into the kitchen and tell Aggie and Bridget that, hey, just so you know, totally 100% don't need you to wait on me. I'll just come in here and, grab an apple every once in a while if that's fine. And she pulls like a piece of fruit out of her pocket and starts eating it.
Well, I see you've already helped yourself, and, the pantry's open, it's your keep. I say you do what you want. Just run out if you need something. Do you want another apple? I mean, there's some good ones up on the top shelf, just around the corner.
Yeah, I'll mage hand one to myself.
Oh, well, that's fancy.
Hey, thanks. You're doing great. Double finger guns.
You see kind of Aggie, like, awkwardly, like, okay, that's cool.
She's gonna like get close to Aggie and say like, "Hey, chill. This is the big leagues. You made it."
Aggie's really close to the fire now. She's really creeped out.
She's gonna put up her hands and the official "I'm not here to hurt you" sign. and she's like, "Look, if you're looking for cush jobs, I'm pretty sure you found one, and you couldn't have asked for for the most part, nicer people to work with, so..."
Okay, that's really okay. I just...
All I'm saying is chill.
She
This might be her version of chill.
She kind of beelines over here and starts chopping random things that have already been chopped up.
She's now mincing them.
Nice.
Don't worry about Aggie. She don't know what she's doing. It's fine. But she cheap. You see her kind of wink.
Okay. That's awkward for me.
Awkward
Bye.
for you? I work with her all day. She's over here. Aren't you, Aggie? You're a weird woman.
I'm out. I'm already gone.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Bridget.
Yeah, I'll probably spend the rest of the evening in the library just checking it out, and I don't have a whole lot to put in there. Books are empty. Bookcases are empty, but she's just gonna sit in there.
Korak did not give up his book.
Oh, really?
I want to throw that out there.
Well, I mean, I probably would have tried to convince him, but
So you own a castle. He's keeping.
he's keeping it.
I mean, he might give it up. We'll leave it up to him, but currently he has it. Okay. Calliope, It's about
Yes.
6 o'clock in the afternoon. You're heading back to the Dandelion.
Yeah, so she and Frederick spent the day talking up her performance, and she would have gone to somewhere to sell all the party stuff.
Mm. Did you
And
already put
she
it in
would
there?
have, yeah, all the party sheet is ready to be sold. And so what she's doing is she's walking around doing her unearthly chorus. So she gets advantage on all of her checks. And then she's going to use a persuasion check to try to convince whoever is buying their stuff that they should give her a higher percentage, and she'll plug their shop in her songs tonight.
Nice. I want you to make a performance check, and then make a stealth check.
Stealth?
Yep.
Stealth check. Okay.
Love it. Yeah. So as you go around and you kind of talk yourselves up and kind of say who you are and where you'll be. There's a couple of people you notice that kind of look out in that direction, and then make a perception check. Yeah,
I'm really distracted.
You know, you notice they kind of notice you, but then they disappear into the crowd. But you definitely feel like you really kind of strummed up between you and Frederick, kind of where you'll be, at what time, and what you'll be doing there.
Nice.
And then
This
you're gonna try to
is-
sell.
Yeah, I'm going to sell just like whatever the general store is. I'm going to try to sell all of our stuff, but I'm going to try to get a higher rate by plugging their store.
Yep, they're very excited about that. They say that they'll give you 75%.
Nice. All right, and I'll just sell everything in the party sheet.
Boom. You made 9,500. Just a couple dollars.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you head back after kind of emptying your pockets to the Mellow Dandelion. Tomcat welcomes you in. The stage is now clear. There seems to be no sign of Glint. And Frederick kind of plops down in front of the stage, prepared.
Nice. Yeah, I'll play some of the songs I've heard before, so they can sing along with me. And then I'll use like my minor illusion to make fireworks, and I'll use my billowing cloak and my belt to sit on invisible chairs. And then towards the end of the night, I'm going to sing a super spooky song about the lost city of the elves that was mind controlled and turned cannibal and ate one another. And how the heroes, she doesn't say the Radiant Company because she remembers what Barrick said. So instead of singing about the Radiant Company, she sings about the Shining Brigade. And about how they came in and saved the beautiful elf queen and all of her people and fed them salads instead of other elves. And then the beautiful elf queen fell in love with the charming, beautiful bard, and they went and became pirates together.
Nice. Roll
Yeah.
your performance check.
But it starts off super scary, and she's actually going to cast fear as she's singing to like literally scare the shit out of everyone, but then be like, "Oh, it's cool," and then cast calm emotions, and they're all going to be wrecked. It's going to be really intense.
Go ahead and make it with advantage. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's fear, and there's calm emotions, there's minor illusion. It's the most intense rock show they've ever been to, and they all pee a little.
As it kind of comes to a climatic end and there's some fireworks that shoot off from behind you, the crowd is dead silent. And they stand up and there's immediate cheers and there's yelling and there's some underwear being thrown, some clothes that you are not sure where they belong to, and just random amounts of money start being thrown onto the stage. Make a perception check. You notice 3 cloaked figures leaving the bar.
She'll announce that she's taking a quick breather, and everybody should buy another round at the bar, and then she will hurry over to Frederick and sort of like point out the figures.
By this point, the figures have kind of left, but he says something like, "We should be wary, I believe."
All right. Who has the other 2 sending stones? And they're all 3 linked, right?
I have one.
I have one.
Mm. Okay, so this point is probably pretty late.
It's probably closer to about 10.
So sending, is that like 25 words? Is that how is the sending spell?
Oh, now I have to start counting. I'm ready.
All right, so she says, Barrick, you missed a great show. Also, we might be being followed, but it's cool. How's the keep? Wish you were here. Love, Calliope. Bye.
Nice. You feel pretty confidently that all those words got through. And Barrick, you actually receive all of those.
All right, I'll send back.
Okay.
Valorant hears
Keep-
it too. She just
Keep rocks.
right. They're all 3 linked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would
It's
hear both.
Valorant,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're both.
Yeah.
Keep rocks. What do you mean we are being followed? We shall meet in Pazubia
Pus.
tomorrow. Or Pus, I'm sorry.
No, it's Pazubia. You got it through.
Pus. Wait, Pazubia. Pus, I'm sorry.
Fallon,
At
as you're hearing all
noon.
this come through, about half those words gets through, and you realize that you're not sure if she really heard what he was trying to say.
Fuck. Alright, well, anyways.
Anyways, bye. I love you.
I'll find
Bye.
Valerie and tell her we need to head back to Pus tomorrow. Our companions may be in danger, as you probably heard on your sending stone as well.
Valen's already packing her bags.
Okay.
I'm leaving tonight.
Have you rested enough?
Sure. We just had 2 days of rest. She said
Did we?
people are following them, Barrick.
Did we have 2 days of rest? Is that confirmed?
I mean, we had 2 days of rest in.
Yeah, you
in-
basically.
Well, in that
took,
case,
the
I would
Elven
be,
City.
Okay,
In the Elven
that
City,
would be on the same page that I would want to head back tonight.
Excellent. It would probably take you if you push the horses and or your coconuts of riding. You could probably get there within 3 hours, but you might be exhausted or your horses might be exhausted.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can the horses use the coconuts and go super fast?
Oh my god. I mean, you can try. It's
I don't think I have
D&D.
it.
No, I don't want to try that.
Are you sure?
Valorant,
It'd be
can Valorant
amazing.
also respond to the sending?
Yeah, you haven't used yours, so you could respond.
Right. So she'll respond to the sending as well. She'll just say, "Stay safe. Lay low. We're coming."
But
Seriously,
I
lay low.
can't reply back, right? It's like 25 words for each of us each day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you, after this very confusing message about how the fact that you're in Pazubia, but you might be in Pus soon, but you'll meet in Pazubia, which is the country you're in, you get back a very definitive, stay safe, lay low, we're coming. which gives you a little bit of peace of mind, and you relay that information to Frederick.
Valorant says they're coming, and we should keep doing what we're doing.
So Tomcat kind of welcomes you to the bar, and he tells you, "Oh, wonderful show, just wonderful!" And he kind of pours you a glass of just some kind of liquid that he pulled off the top shelf, and pours himself one, pass it along to you. Always a pleasure to have you here in my wonderful inn. Will you be staying the night?
We will be, but first, Tomcat, what's your security like? We may have attracted some unwanted attention from some sketchy individuals.
Well, I mean, we've got this guy, and he kind of points to the guy that's always standing in front of him.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, it's like a plainclothes security guy. Yeah,
exactly. Nice. But, well, now that I pointed him out, it might be a problem.
Uh-huh.
But, of course, I'm here, and he kind of flexes his muscles and smiles awkwardly. I mean, he's a big cat, but he does not look very muscular. Do we need any?
Well, she'll describe the figures she saw and see if he recognizes them.
He kind of looks at you blankly, and he looks back at the bar. He looks at you some more. You know, I also tend to bar here, right? It was a busy night. I told you, good job.
That's true. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. They probably just were scared by my song and had to go.
I mean, I almost shit the floor.
Yeah. I hope you have a cleanup crew. Sorry about that. Got a little crazy out there.
That lady right there.
Doesn't move much.
She only moves when I shit on the floor.
Well, Tom, we appreciate your hospitality and your stage. We'll take one more nightcap, and then we will head to our beds.
Excellent. As always, you have the best quarters I have. It'd be room number 1. It's at the far end of the hall on the right-hand side. It's got doesn't look like you'll need it, but it's got 4 beds and a place to kind of rest. And he kind of hands you some keys. And another round.
Nice. We settle on up tonight or in the morning. Looks like you got quite the haul tonight.
Yes. Well, I've got to count it and, account for your... What was it? 4%?
She just looks at him.
Okay, yes. We have the contract. And he kind of slams it on the bar. I didn't forget. We'll square up tomorrow.
All right.
If you're alive.
Yeah, she and Frederick will knock back. She and Frederick will, they'll order a drink, and then she'll think better of it and actually probably not knock back her second drink. She'll, throw it over her shoulder. So anyone looking, it looks like she's drinking.
Dexterity check.
Yeah. Dex check. All right.
There's a and Tom kind of looks at you and goes, "You had a little too much tonight, didn't you?" It's hard to admit it sometimes.
Yep. To bed. And she will pretend to be pretty tipsy and stumble off to bed.
Nice. So with his directions, you kind of head up the stairs. It's familiar. It's kind of where you guys have already kind of stayed. It's where he put you up the first time. As you kind of walk down the hallway, you get to the same rooms that you had before. It's kind of, honestly, the top wing of the actual place. And once I find you guys, I'll drop you in.
Are there windows in the room?
There are windows everywhere.
Okay. She's going to work with Frederick to slide something in front of the doors just so that no one can enter silently.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you could very easily kind of move either the beds or you have kind of access to all of these interlocking rooms. The tables, the chairs. So you've got a couple of different items.
Yeah, so they're gonna block the doors, not like try to block them so they can't be opened, but just block them so they can't be opened silently, and then try to arrange like tripwires or something across the windows. So if somebody climbs in a window, they'll fall on their face loudly.
Yeah, how are you gonna make these tripwires?
I'm going to
Use a kit.
use. I don't think I have it. What do I have? What do I have? Let's check my inventory. I have all sorts of stuff.
Frederick kind of sees you just start going through the bag of holding. I'll keep moving this bed then. All right. You just keep looking for that, and there's this like long as he slides the bed over.
Does this fishing tackle come with fishing line?
It would. Very thin
Nice.
fishing line.
Perfect.
Joke's on you guys. It did come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she uses fishing line to set up just like tripwires on the windows.
Oh man. Fishing tackle. Using fishing line. Got it. Woo!
Amazing.
That's amazing. All right, so you're gonna, are you just gonna barricade yourself in this one main room? Because your keys unlock this entire kind of section.
Yeah. They'll probably just put like a low table or something across the first door, so if somebody is like coming in the dark, they'll trip over it. Mostly, she just wants like. She's not trying to make it so nobody can get in, just so if somebody does try to sneak in, they make lots of noise.
Awesome. So you put kind of
Ball bearings. She puts ball bearings for the
Oh,
doors.
man. All right, so ball bearings.
You guys are gonna show up.
Even string up like bells or something on the fishing line. If you had any bells or your symbols.
Yeah, I've got cymbals. I've got a tambourine. Yeah, and I set Itsy Bit to guard.
Awesome. So you
Oh, that's right. You have a rat.
She's not a rat.
God, Andy, jeez.
God.
So you put you take a moment or two. Go ahead and make a God, I don't even know what to call that. Make a survival check.
Okay.
See how well you do. I'll say with advantage because Frederick is helping.
Yeah, he is. He's probably better at survival than I am. It's fine. It's fine. We're great.
Nice. So with his help, you string up the fishing line in front of the windows. You kind of shut them as tight as you can. You put down some ball bearings, sliding a bed in front of the doors. There's now 2 large beds in front of each doorway. That you feel pretty confidently that now that if someone were to try to push open the door, it would make a good amount of ruckus. With the instruments you have, you kind of string them along that they at least either drop to the floor or clang together, so that they would make some sort of loud banging noise to awaken you.
Nice.
And you feel pretty confident in what you've done.
I also just remembered that I have a pretty much unending supply of mayonnaise, so I'm going to grease the windowsills and the door handles.
All right. Yep, after you finish kind of putting up some fishing line, you slather a whole lot of mayonnaise. Frederick is kind of taken back by the amount of mayonnaise that seems to never end from this container. He kind of shrugs and goes back to kind of tying up some fishing line. Wow. And then, are you resting for the evening?
Yeah, then she goes to bed.
Awesome. It's probably like, well, we'll say you guys took those 2 beds. I'm gonna try to put an X on there and try to remember the hell that means later. Excellent. So you guys kind of rest into bed. It's probably about after you kind of moved around the room and kind of talked and whatnot. It's probably about 12 o'clock. At that time, the rest of the party is nearing the city. Barrick and Valoran, make a history check.
Hell yeah. The sexiest words you've ever said to me.
Oh man, Barrick totally did better. So
Wait.
Valorant,
It didn't roll advantage.
roll it
Let's
again.
roll advantage. I didn't roll advantage. Oh, that sucked.
Amazing. So Valorant, you're seeing the city, and there's something coming into your mind.
Mhm.
But it's like it's just there. And Barrick, you remember that.
Barracks looks a little bit exhausted and kind of puts his head in his hands. Puts one hand to his eyes. Says, "In our haste to ride, I forgot completely. The city gates are locked tonight."
That's no problem.
What do you mean?
I mean, there's lots of ways to get into a city.
Breaking into the Lady Neuroris' city is probably not a good way to stay in her favor.
Really? I'm pretty sure she'd be okay with it. You saw the way she looked at us.
I'm only agreeing with you because our friends are in danger.
Serious danger. And if we told the guards that our friends are in serious danger, and that we're like the fucking heroes of the realm, I mean, I'm new to this, but that like gets you some pull, right?
Well, I suppose we shall find out. We'll head to the gate.
I cast invisibility.
Nice. Well, I guess you're on your own.
I'm just gonna stroll to the gate.
She pats him on the
Seemingly
shoulder and
by
says, she just pats him on the shoulder and before she goes invisible, and she says, "Hey, could you hold on to Neuromath for me? In case your way doesn't work, I'm going to do my way. But one of us has to get inside."
Agreed.
She pats him on the shoulder and hands him the reins to Neuromath.
I'll take both St. Cuthbert and Noramath and head toward the guards at the gate.
Excellent. Here we go. Calliope, roll a perception check with disadvantage. I will roll it for Frederick. Yeah, you guys are very comfortably sleeping. You worked pretty hard in the last several hours between the playing and the moving of the furniture and striking up a bargain with Tomcat, and you're pretty well exhausted. You didn't realize how much you were asleep, but some daunting dreams kind of creep in. You find yourself in the city of Caesar, and there seems to be almost a mist or a fog kind of rolling in. It seems to be almost out of nowhere, and immediately you become cold. And you, with that, will awaken. What kind of perception do you have? Do you see in the dark?
Yeah, it's a half elf. So I've got dark vision 6 feet.
And immediately you are woken because of the sheer cold, and you kind of sit up in your bed. You're kind of panting a little bit, and you see a very similar mist in front of you, and that is where we will end for tonight.
All right.
Nice.